thanks for clicking on this video. I cannot begin to express how good it feels to be on a trail. When I left home, little did I know I was going to hit a traffic accident passing through downtown Albuquerque. This is good stuff up here, man. But yeah, I'm up here in the Santa Fe National Forest. I am in a place called the Golondrina Mesa. Up here, this is also part of the Colorado Plateau. And just to the side of me, which would be off this direction north, is the Chama River Canyon Wilderness. It's a beautiful wilderness area down here, but up on this area where I'm at, this is all national forest. Temperatures are about 60 degrees. We got partly cloudy skies, and we're just driving through a high elevation forest up here. All the elevation out here is somewhere's between 7,300 feet, and I think the high point for out here is about 8,800 feet, which I like to go take a look tomorrow. I am on a ATV overlanding trip, so I'll be out here 2 nights to explore. Man, what a great trail. A little bit rocky in areas, but it's got a good smooth feel to it. You're able to ride and just enjoy yourself. Like those kind of trails. Man, with all the meadows through here, I wouldn't doubt that I spook up a herd of deer, or even better, herd of elk, man. See a lot of elk sign here up on the road, but I have not seen anything. Oh, look, there goes a deer right there. Awesome. Oh, there's another one. Yeah, love that. Did I call that or not? Yeah, this roadway is just loaded with tracks. Good stuff out here, man. That's what's getting into the outdoors all about. Just breaking away and coming out here in hopes to see wildlife and just give yourself a little bit of solitude, especially being on a solo camp. Man, I encourage people. I've said it before, and it's been a while since I've said it, but if you're watching this video and you're contemplating on going on your first solo, do yourself that favor and go, man. You will not regret it. I promise you that. You know, one thing that I want to do on my videos, instead of shooting in the spare of the moment, kind of like I do, what I want to really do is go into a trip blog. But man, I'm here at the end of the line, I'm pretty sure, because I got a nice view of a canyon over there. There's a spot right here to camp, but I don't ever come up to northern New Mexico, and so man, it's awesome to get out here and come up north, because this is where the mountain terrain is. I'm gonna set up shop right behind me, but I want to go over here and get a little bit of a tease on a view and, you know, just enjoy this, man. Super cool out here. Oh yeah, that's a view that does not suck. Holy cow, man, just look at that. What a beautiful ride in. Got an awesome camp spot up here on this Colorado Plateau. Right behind you guys is a canyon. Over here is another canyon. This one behind me is the Chama River Wilderness Canyon. The one over here is the real Gainas Canyon, and it's just beautiful up here. Got an established fire ring already, little bit of wood collected. Not only that, there's a lot of down firewood up here. Gonna get a tent set up, a fire going, and just relax. Such an awesome evening, guys. Must be that high elevation. That can was loaded. Man, that's a good beer. It's the Firestone Walker Brewing Company out of California, and this is the Union Jack IPA. It's a good beer. I got a variety of these to choose from, so I'm going to give this one a go first and just relax. Fire's going to burn down a little bit. Going to turn those into coals and make some burgers. I'm going to come and take a little hike out to Needles Point, take a look and show you guys that awesome view. And while I'm at it, I'm going to have a toast to that view. Brought a cold one just to enjoy that one. That's a sweet view. So here it is, guys, Needles Point. And I call it Needles Point because right here, it's all cliff. It don't go anymore. But check out the view, huh? Woo! Down there, that's the Chama River. There it is, little pieces of it. You can see it winding down the canyon. But that's beautiful, guys. Incredible. Check out the view looking up into northern New Mexico. That is the Chama River Canyon, and that's the wilderness section down below. And way in the background there, of course, this camera's not going to pick it up because it's pretty far, but those peaks out there, those are all 12 and 13,000 foot peaks, and they're snow-capped. I think that peak straight ahead is Chacoma Mountain. I think that's 11,560 feet, something like that. I'd like to go do an ATV camp trip later this year right at the base of it. I don't know if the roads are passable yet. There's still snow in the high country, but I think in about another 3 weeks it should melt off and I should be able to get access up there. Well guys, with the view like that, what do you say? Cold one up here? I mean, look at that behind me. That is super awesome. Let's do it. Hopefully the high elevation doesn't have this one all foamed up like the other beer. Let's see here. Yep. I've been tapping on the lid a little bit so it settled it. So cheers guys. Oh man, that's a dang good beer right there. This is the Propagator blend right here, and it has hints of passion fruit, grapefruit, and pineapple. And before you think that that's a crazy sounding beer, it is actually very delicious. It's almost like a very light, mild beer. It's got a light body, so it goes down good, but the aftertaste and the undertones are spot on floral. And man, that's a sweet tasting beer, I'll tell you that. But I'm just in awe with the views here, man. I mean, seriously. What an awesome view over there at Needles Point. Time to head back and put some burgers on the grill. Alright guys, dinner's all served, and man, that smells good. Ribeye bacon burger, man. Can't go wrong with this. Alright guys, I'm gonna head to bed. It's getting pretty late and I'm tired. Good morning guys, day 2 of the trip. Coffee is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and stay here another night. Reason being, I got awesome views of the Chama River Canyon Wilderness on one side, and then on the other side I got views of the Rio Gallinas River Canyon. This is the only spot in this forest and wilderness area that offers that spectacular view back there at Needles Point where the two canyons merge together. But I'm gonna drink this coffee, then I'm gonna go for a sweet trail ride, come back here to this particular spot tonight. So I'm gonna leave everything as is. But man, this morning as I was doing a pullback with my drone, I hit a tree that was about 80 feet out. She took it hard, and thankfully after doing some inspection, all it was just a little chipped propeller, and she's functioning fully just as it should. So yeah man, those are the little things that happen from time to time if you're a drone pilot. But man, such a beautiful area guys. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and head out for a trail ride today. You can see right here where I'm at, where that arrow is. I'm over here, and this is what is Needles Point. That's not the name of it, that's what I'm calling it, just because the two canyons actually merge in. This is the Chama River Canyon, and this is the Rio Gallinas Canyon, and as you zoom out you can see how they merge right in here. But anyhow, the blue line is what I marked out on Gaia GPS, so I'm going to take Forest Road 6, come all the way back out, and what I want to do is connect to a forest road right here. On this map it's showing that there's one which is looks like 79, and I want to take this, climb up in elevation, and my goal is to come right here to Dead Man's Peak. So that's goal one, and then from there I want to take some trails and see where I could get down over this way and have another cool perspective of the real Chama River Canyon from that area. This is where I was going to come and camp at for a second night, but man, this is such a beautiful spot that I really don't want to pass this one up. But if I find something that's cool out this way, that'll be another trip. So let's get down there. What a beautiful morning. The temperatures right now are perfect. It feels great to be out riding around. Today's high up here at 8,000 feet should probably touch about 60 degrees, maybe low 70s. We're in a bit of a heat wave right now. The state of New Mexico is expecting to hit near record temperatures, so I think that's gonna kind of set the tone for this camp trip. Otherwise, it would probably be in maybe the low 50s and probably still freezing at night. One thing I want to kind of talk about a little bit, and I don't want to go on too long, is, you know, I get a lot of folks asking me about New Mexico, and this is from all over different states. And one thing about New Mexico is we're a cross between desert and mountains. You know, our southern half is predominant desert, but even out of the desert lows, which is down there at, you know, maybe 300 feet, you know, you still climb up into some pretty significant mountain ranges. You know, there's still 10,000 foot peaks in some of the southern half of the state. And then when you go up north, you know, you got an average elevation probably at about 6,300 feet, but then some of the peaks from that elevation climb up to 12 and 13,000 feet. That kind of makes up the terrain out here. And then of course on the eastern side of the state, that's all flatlands. Kind of reminds me of I guess northern Texas, where it's just kind of real flat, and there's some canyons and things like that. So all of our mountain sections in New Mexico is pretty much central New Mexico, and reason being is, you know, this is part of the Rocky Mountain chain, which stretches from Canada all the way through the Continental Divide area and runs down into New Mexico. But it's a beautiful landscape, that's for sure. Love how we could get, you know, two opposite riding environments. Love riding in the desert, but that's a winter thing for me. I don't like being hot, and I like being up in cooler riding conditions. So that's one thing we're fortunate enough to have in New Mexico is, you know, in summer when the valleys are, you know, touching 90 degrees, we could come up here into the high country and cool down significant. And especially when we get rain or something on the forecast, man, you know, you'll be lucky to touch 60 degrees for a daytime high. Oh man, I see some wildlife out there. Oh yeah. Saw a couple deer for a second there. I thought they were elk. There they go. There's 1, 2, 3. There's some more right over there. There's 4. See if we could get a closer look on these guys. There goes the 4th one right there. There's 5. And 6 in that small little group of deer. That's awesome, man. You know, I've seen wildlife too many times to count, but you know, one thing is, every time I see a deer, it's almost like it's my first time. It's just so exciting to see wildlife in their natural habitat and, you know, undisturbed until I disturb them, but still it's cool to see something, you know, come up, and it's just exciting, man. I never get tired of seeing anything like that. Now, you know, one thing I would love to see a little more of is bear and mountain lion, but those guys are a little harder to see in the New Mexico landscape. Yesterday, which was pretty cool, on my ride in, and of course I didn't film this, I ran into a couple people who were actually out here, and their job was to locate owls and get a head count on these owls. Now, I don't know what type of owls they were going after, but I thought that was pretty cool. Cool little gig to have a job for this type of year, to spend a lot of time in the mountains, and especially to travel down all these different roads out here and trying to get a head count. So that's pretty cool. Should have asked what type of owls they were after, and of course I didn't do that. Don't know why, but nonetheless, that was cool. So far, I haven't seen anybody out here giving me the impression that I might have the whole forest to myself, aside from those owl hunters, but I don't know that they're staying out here. I would assume that it's just probably a day gig, but you never know. But aside from them and myself, man, it's cool to have a whole wilderness area to yourself. So let's see here. You like that? This weekend's forecast, 100% chance of camping. How about that, huh? We should start climbing up in elevation, just because it is up there at almost 9,000 feet, and so here we're at 7,900 feet, so we got a 1,000-foot climb. I don't know how fast that climb is going to be, so I don't know if it's going to be a steep one or not. But I guess I could have circled all the way around on my original tracks and got up to this high point, but hey, it's all the adventure. We're going to explore a new piece of trail, so let's go over this way. It looks like it's going to get fun. Got a lot of, looks like some switchbacks right there. Maybe a little switchbacks right there, so that might be my steep points. We'll see. So let's do it. Get the riding gloves back on there. I like to ride with gloves. I think most of us do who do ATV riding. Just saves your hands from being a little worn down by the rubber grips. So nobody behind me. little rutted out right there. That was a deep one. I was expecting to rub on the bottom of the quad, but that didn't happen. Man, that's a beautiful view down into this canyon right there. Got a deep little drop off right there. Yeah, most of the terrain out here is just rolling mountains and canyons, which gives it a beautiful feel to your riding out here. And then of course you look through the trees out there and you got a big peak over there. Of course that's probably not Dead Man's Peak, at least I don't think it is, but that's got to be up there at 9,500 feet, something like that. And you never know, maybe we're going to ride up to that point. Woo! I was going to take that rock on pretty hard. What we're looking at here is a tank, and of course it's not a tank, but that's just the way we call them here in New Mexico. But it's a pool that's built by the Forest Service, and they have these collect water throughout various points of the forest, and that way it serves a purpose for wildlife to drink water. But we hit a point right here where I just pulled off the ATV. We came in from that direction right there, but we're getting ready to go ahead and begin our climb up. Hopefully it doesn't get too rowdy. When I looked on map, you know, we saw those switchbacks, and there's several of them on the way up. So I was out walking around, you can see the quad, right there's the tank where those fallen trees are, and over here I found a mountain lion print in the dried up mud right here. But check this out, that is a mountain lion right there. That's a small one, but nonetheless they're out here. And he went that way. He probably came down here to get a drink of water from that tank and took on off. Pretty cool. Man, that was pretty cool. Who would have knew that I was going to see a mountain lion track where I decided to take a break, man. That was awesome. But at the same time, another reminder that just to be aware of your surroundings and just keep an open mind that, hey, sometimes you're not the only one out there, even if you don't see people. Man, there's a lot of tracks on this road here, man. All elk, but I have not seen one. It's a steep climb, but these switchbacks aren't steep so far. I mean, what I mean by steep is they're manageable. They're not ones where you gotta get on it, put it in low range or anything like that. Just a nice steady momentum's doing it. Man, just awesome. Yep, this is that spot on the map where you saw those little turns back and forth. great ride, man. We're almost up here to Dead Man's Peak. Actually saw a Forest Service ranger drive by not long ago, so he's going to be up here as well. Last little leg of the climb is a little bit steep, but overall, man, if I would arrange what that grade felt like, you know, 1 through 5, and obviously 5 being severe, I'm going to go ahead and grade it at about a 1.5, maybe 2 in certain sections. You know, what the map showed and what it actually felt like was completely different. So that was a good ride up. Was able to enjoy myself, and it would have been fun if it got real technical, but man, I'm just out for the stroll and just enjoying this beautiful landscape that we have up here, man. So it looks like it's closed off right here, so it's probably going to be a foot walk, but let's go ahead and take a little stroll up. Ah, I see some snow over there. Yeah, higher elevation snow, man. Did say this was up here at 8,800 feet or something like that, but just a little patch of snow, nothing too crazy. Here's our first look at Dead Man's Peak. That's a fire tower right there. That's awesome. That's a cool one. I like that it's off the ground like that. That was a little bit of a hike up. That was a steep one too. So here's a different perspective of the Rio Gallinas Canyon. That's a beautiful one. And looking off this direction, where you see that ridge of rocks, that's the Chama River Canyon. I am actually camped straight over there, kind of where that needle point is. Straight ahead, that is Wheeler Peak. That's 13,161 feet. Alright guys, apologize for not getting too much on film up there. There was the ranger out there and he wasn't too comfortable being on film. He was sitting in his truck, and I was trying to get different perspectives, different angles, but had a conversation with him. He was a real nice guy, but I'm going to respect his privacy of not wanting to be on camera. He actually suggested a route on 504 that will get me out there. He said that the road is a little rough, and out there's actually on the north area, which I kind of had in mind already, but he said being on an ATV will be fun. He said even going out there in a truck or a Jeep or something would be good too. So let's go ahead and try to locate where 504 is and get out there. There's so many access roads out here, it's unbelievable. Man, I'm getting hungry for some lunch, so probably at the end of that 504 I'm gonna have a little lunch and probably end up having a cold one as well, since I'm gonna be there for a little while eating lunch. But man, the perspective that you have up here is really awesome. You get a chance to see just how big these valleys are, and actually just how big the Chama River Canyon and the Rio Gallinas Canyon is, and then you're high enough up that you could actually see the next mountain range over, which is the Sangre de Cristos, where the Pecos Wilderness is, and actually I think it's called Wheeler Peak Wilderness as well. Wheeler Peak Wilderness, I think I tongue twisted myself there. But man, we got a little bit of an overcast sky, and so it is feeling super awesome. I think it's about 12:30, 12:45 in the afternoon. I checked the time just a little bit ago. So yeah, I'd say 12:45. But let's get down off of this area up here and let's go down to 504 and get to the end of it and have some lunch. I'm getting hungry, man. far, this is a great little off-road trail right here. That ranger said it gets pretty rough, but this ain't rough at all. It's rutted out a little bit in spots, but nothing that a Jeep or anything couldn't take at all. Oh yeah, there's a good little spot there. Not bad on an ATV though. Sweet. I don't know if I thought I saw an elk up in there. Probably just a shadow. Oh, yeah, dude. That guy was a line. Holy crap. Oh, man. Yep, my jaws are dropped. Yeah, that is epic right there, man. Gonna have some sliced apples, some sour cream and onion potato chips. I got sliced Swiss cheese, some salami, little bread crackers, and of course I'm gonna top that off with a IPA. So gonna have a great lunch out here. Man, that was a good place to have a little bit of some lunch and a cold beer. Hung out there for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. I'm gonna go ahead and head back to camp, collect some firewood, and just relax. Beautiful area out here, man. The views from the edge, man, outstanding. Man, that was an awesome sunset. Man, I just got a little bit of a night ride back into camp, but man, love those sunsets here in New Mexico. They're gorgeous. Good night, guys. Inside the tent and headed to bed. Camp is all broke down and loaded up, and time to head out of here, man. Great trip this weekend. 2 nights in the backcountry, can't go wrong with that. Wish I had another night, man. But yeah, let's head down the trail and get out of here. Man, what an awesome weekend, guys. 2 nights in the backcountry here in the Santa Fe National Forest. Had an awesome camp spot near the Chama River Canyon Wilderness area with beautiful views looking down into the canyon and of course across the horizon. Man, I just want to say thank you guys for all your support, and if you're watching this video and you're not a subscriber, I want to encourage you guys to subscribe to my channel. Would love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment in the comment box below. Any questions in the comment box below. And you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. I'll leave links in the description box below. But yeah, guys, headed back. These trips go fast. But I'll see you guys on the next one. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys on the outside.